Good afternoon and welcome to the Committee of Adjustment meeting for April 17th, 2025. My name is Brian. I will chair in the meeting today. First order of business is any pecuniary interest by any of the members? I'll take that as a no. First application today is an application for a minor variance, and it's 28 Thurlow Queen Street, Belleville, Ontario. The owner is James Anderson. And staff?
Thanks, Mr. Chair. 28 Thurlow Queen Street it is located on the west side of Thurlow Queen Street, south of Hoskin Road and southeast of Highway 37. This minor variance application requests relief to reduce the minimum required interior side yard widths along the north side of the subject property from 4 meters to 3 meters to accommodate the expansion of an attached garage. The official plan designation of the property is Hamlet. At this time, staff have received no correspondence regarding this application. Back to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Is Mr. Anderson here? Do you want to come up in case we have any questions? Are you Mr. Anderson or Mr. Paradis?
I'm Mr. Paradis.
Okay. Do you have any additional comments, questions?
No.
Does anybody have any questions for this gentleman? No, it's pretty straightforward. Okay. Anybody else in the audience about Queen Street? Take that as a no. Okay. Motion. Yeah, Jack, second by Joe. All in favor? Done. Thank you. Done. Okay, your next application for consent is 136 Townsend Road, City of Belleville. The owner is Donendale Farms. And staff?
Thank you, Chair. The subject property, located at 136 Townsend Road, is currently developed with a one-unit detached dwelling, several accessory buildings, and a barn. This consent application proposes to create one new residential lot by severing the existing dwelling along with the accessory buildings and a barn onto a separate lot. The proposed severed lot will have an approximate lot area of 10,602 square meters and 165 meters of lot frontage on Townsend Road. As a condition of consent, a zoning bylaw amendment will be required to rezone the severed parcel from the rural zone to rural residential zone. No change is being proposed to the retained portion of the property. At this time, staff have not received any correspondence from the public regarding this application. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you. Is there anybody from Donendale Farms here to? Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? No. Anybody have any questions for this gentleman? Anybody in the audience wishes to comment on Townsend Road? Take that as a no. Okay, if no questions, motion. Joe? Second by Scott. All in favor? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Our next application is for a minor variance, 146 Bleecker Avenue, Belleville, Ontario. The owner is Chris Wilson and staff.
Thank you, Chair. The property is located at 146 Bleecker Avenue and is currently developed with an existing 3-story, one-unit detached dwelling that contains 2 additional units. The application is seeking to recognize and legalize these 2 additional units as accessory dwelling units. However, the combined gross floor area of both accessory units exceeds the total gross floor area of the main dwelling by 7.07%. Under zoning bylaw 2024-100, the combined gross floor area of all accessory dwelling units shall not exceed the total gross floor area of the main dwelling unit. As such, this application requests zoning relief to permit the combined gross floor area of the accessory dwelling units to be 7.07% greater than that of the main dwelling unit. At this time, staff have not received any public comments regarding this application. Back to you, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Is Mr. Wilson here? Okay. Do you have any additional questions, comments, concerns? No. Okay. Anybody have any questions for this gentleman? Anybody in the audience wishes to comment on 146 Bleecker Avenue? If not, then...
Sorry, I would just like a question for the city.
Sure.
I would just like some clarification from the city. Is this at all covered or represented in the new kind of bylaws and systems that are coming in play from the province, or is this existing on old bylaws? So is everyone that wants to put an ADU going forward going to have to come in for this like minuscule amount of overage, or is this gonna be addressed with changes going forward?
Through the chair, thank you for that question. There are minimum requirements for the size of accessory dwelling units. We had a housekeeping recently where we allowed more flexibility in the sizes of these accessory dwelling units. It's just one main requirement that still stands is that the combined gross floor area of all accessory dwelling units cannot exceed that of the main unit, so as to ensure that the main unit still has a dominant feature on the property. I do recognize that this is a minuscule amount relatively, and staff is working on a delegative bylaw where we can make a decision on certain exceedance if we don't see, if it is very minuscule and we could deal with it in the house, we would do so. Or we'll take it to the committee if, in our opinion, it's a little greater than, minimal. So, yeah, back to you, Chair.
A question to you, Mr. Chair, just for the city again, just so and pardon my ignorance, but what is this described legally then? Is it a main dwelling unit with 2 accessory units, or a triplex, or is there a legal difference between those two?
Through the Chair. So there is a difference. With a triplex, the units, the sizes are not limited in relation to the other. While for accessory dwelling units, the whole idea of it being accessory is to basically have them being smaller than the main unit itself, right? Again, there has to be a dominant main building on the property itself, size-wise and so forth. In this case, the applicant was not able to provide sufficient proof that it's a triplex, and in not doing so, we have settled with the owner to have it recognized as a 1-unit detached with 2 ADUs. And in all case, it might be better in the long run with regards to certain fees and so forth, in relation to having a triplex. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Scott.
Through you, Mr. Chair. Just to be clear, will this property, in theory, just using it as an example, be allowed still to add another physical accessory unit to this property?
Through the Chair, great question. Yes, so the province has opened the doors to have a total of 4 accessory dwelling units. If on the property there's a 1-unit dwelling, 3 accessory dwelling unit. If there's a 1-unit dwelling that is existing, so if it is that you have, let's say, a duplex, you're allowed to have up to 2. If it's a triplex, you're allowed to have 1 more. So in total, you'll have 4 units. That's the vision at the end of the day, provided that, the relevant provisions are met. Thank you.
Okay, anybody have questions, Jeff? No, nothing. Okay, anybody else have any questions, concerns? Okay, and anybody else in the audience about 146 Bleecker? No? Okay, moved by Joe, second by Jack. All in favor? Done, thank you. Okay, next application for a minor variance, 31 Tripp Avenue, Belleville. The owner is Chris McAvoy. And staff?
Thanks, Mr. Chair. 31 Tripp Avenue is on the west side of Tripp Avenue, south of Pepper Avenue, and north of Wilson Avenue. This minor variance application requests relief to expand the existing legal non-conforming building used as a motor vehicle body shop and a motor vehicle repair garage by constructing an addition of approximately 50.5 square meters. The proposed addition would expand the space for 2 existing service space, enlarge the reception area, and create a waiting area for customers. No new service space would be created. The official plan designation of the property is residential land use. At this time, staff have received no correspondence regarding this application. Back to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Is Mr. McAvoy here? Do you want to come up in case we have any questions?
No, I don't know. I'm Curtis from 3 Hills Engineering.
Oh, you're from 3 Hills Engineering, okay. Does anybody have any questions for this gentleman? No? They're just expanding the existing operation.
Yep, correct.
Okay. Anybody in the audience regarding Trip Avenue? If not... Oh, go ahead.
Through you, Mr. Chair, can the city just explain again what's the variance? Like, why did this become before the committee?
So this property is a commercial unit and it is in residential type 2 R2 zone. So in R2 zone, a commercial main use is not permitted, but this property actually have been there for 50 years. And it's considered legal non-conforming use. And now they are proposing an addition and they're expanding this legal non-conforming use. And actually on my report, I have mentioned so the official plan actually, section 34, bracket 9, of the Planning Acts allows any buildings and their uses that lawfully existed on the day of the passing of a zoning bylaw and continue to be used for that purpose to be expanded through a minor variance. So that's why this application is presented
that
here.
good? Okay, any other questions, comments, concerns? If not, motion, Scott, seconded by Jack, all in favor? Done, thank you. Okay, moving right along, confirmation of the minutes of our regular meeting of March the 20th. Scott, seconded by Joe, all in favor? Is there any other business? Any more correspondence? Before we have an adjournment, happy Easter to everyone. Have a good weekend and adjourn. How many have you got for next week? Scott, thank you. Okay, thank you.